Hello everybody, my name is Alex Drops, and I have something pretty cool for you today. It's been a while since I've done anything survival related, and so I decided to give it a try. And what I have before you is a blast furnace. And so in my inventory I have a bunch of raw items, and I'm going to plop those into this minecart chest. And I'm going to press this button, and it's going to go smelt all those items for me. And essentially what a blast furnace is it smelts large quantities of items at a very fast rate. And as you just saw, I put in 64 different items in that furnace. And in a few seconds actually, we should be getting that furnace back. And you'll see that all 64 of those are now smelted. And if, in case you were timing that, that took approximately 20 seconds. So here is what the blast furnace looks like from the outside. I'm sure you can kind of guess how this works, and it's kind of big, but that's because I needed 64 furnaces, because each furnace takes 10 seconds to smelt one item, and so if I start this all at about the same time, it'll take approximately 20 seconds based on the length that this minecart takes to distribute all the items. Now, a few things I want to point out before I get a bunch of questions on them is, of course, this supports one stack of items because there's only one stack of furnaces. If I were to put in two sets of cobblestone here, it wouldn't mess anything up. It would just smelt one stack, and then you'd have to take that out and smelt the other stack. It would also, of course, work if I only put in 32 items. And here's what it kind of looks like in action. You can see all these furnaces are lit up. And as soon as the minecart gets down there, they'll all turn off right in time for it to pick it all up. And as soon as it's done with that, it just loops and comes up this little track and goes back to the starting point. And the furnace, or the minecart rather, that is going on right now. Let's turn off the rain. This is actually the refueling minecart. Now, I did not come up with the idea of a blast furnace. This has been around for a while. But the version that I saw that inspired me had a really cool idea to have a witch farm connected to something that would refuel all the furnaces. And if you have a witch farm, you can filter out the sticks that they drop. And that's what all my furnaces are filled up with. They have a bunch of sticks in here. And so what you would optimally do is have your filter of sticks go into this minecart, and every time you run the furnace, about halfway through, this minecart will activate this detector rail, and this will refuel all the furnaces. Alright, so due to time constraints, I'm not going to do a formal tutorial by any stretch, but I do want to kind of highlight everything and make sure you can see everything if you actually want to build this. So I kind of cut down all the edges, and this is where you would start, of course. This is where your minecart would be. And now, underneath this track, I have 64 furnaces, and they are in 4 rows of 16. So basically what you want to do is build a full row of 16 minecarts, or not minecarts, furnaces rather. And on the other side, touching those, build another row of 16. Have a 2-block gap, and then 2 more sets of 16, and that'll give you 64 furnaces. Then you need to connect a hopper directly above, directly below, and to the side of every single furnace. It should look like this. On the ones on the inside, the hopper is going to be over here, right here. On the ones on the outside, it's going to be on the left. And once you have your furnaces and hoppers placed, that is almost the entire structure, and it's pretty easy to do. Now, as far as the tracks go, it is pretty self-explanatory. You can probably see exactly what to do just from this overview, but I'm also going to go over it really quick. You're going to want to go in a 3-powered, 3-normal pattern for the beginning, other than this very first one, because you need this to be unpowered. So start off with an unpowered going down, so whenever you press a button, it will turn on. Then do 3 normal, 3 powered, 3 normal, 3 powered, until you reach the end of the hoppers and just turn. And so repeat all of that, and whenever you get to the end, go ahead and put some blocks here and just continue it over. This will all be the same until you reach this part, in which you wouldn't put 3 powered here because you want it to slow down a little bit. And once it slows down a little bit, you'll go over this detector rail right here. It should be 2 blocks away from the hopper. You can have that fall down about 4 blocks. And whatever you really want here as far as stalling the minecart, you need to make it kill about a second, because it'll pick up all the stuff too early unless you kill some time. And so I just did a little loop type thing. And now, as far as the bottom part goes, go ahead and put 1 powered rail before all the hoppers, and then go on a 2 normal, 3 powered pattern until you reach the end and just do a little turn. And this is all the same stuff for most of it. Do 3 powered here, and then do 4 normal in a row. And once you do the 4th normal one, you're actually going to turn, and you're going to finish the entire track. So this is probably the only tricky part of the whole thing. Make it go up 2 powered rails, then have a normal rail, and then have a powered rail facing up. Now this is extremely hard to get, I'll be honest. What you're going to need to do is start off by placing these 3, so this is a full track here. And so when you're building this up, you're going to get to this point, you're going to place a block here, place a normal rail there, and a powered rail here. And for whatever reason, this will face up to this now. And when you do that, go ahead and destroy that block and place it back again. Now, other thing I want to go over really quick is the fueling station. When you have your minecart here, of course, the powered rail will be directly below the detector rail. Then have 2 normal blocks, 2 powered blocks, 3 normal blocks, 3, 3, and 3. When you get to the end, you want to make sure you have a little loop out from the farthest hopper. And then, of course, just repeat the 3-3 pattern and turn on the inside. So this final part can be a real pain if you don't know what to do. Now, you got to make sure, I've messed up many times doing this myself, you're going to need to place this block here first, and won't interfere with this one. Go ahead and destroy this block up here, and place this one up here. So now this will be facing upward. Now go ahead and destroy that, and you'll just have this. And when you do that, it will connect. Whoops, you might have to do that one more time, like that. And so now whenever the fueling minecart gets to the end, it'll just bounce up and then go back. Alright, so I hope everybody enjoyed that. I think this is one of my favorite builds yet. I just like the idea of a super fast furnace, and 20 seconds is a very good time. And so I encourage you to download the schematic and learn how to build it yourself. And I also want to, one more thing before I go, I recently hit 1,000 subscribers, and that is absolutely amazing for me at least. And so I would like to thank all of you who've subscribed, and encourage newcomers to also subscribe. That would be fantastic. And so I plan on keep making videos, and I hope you all enjoyed this one, and we will see you next time.